your hands together for the ineffable, the wonderful, the amazing, the beautifully voiced and dulcet toned Lily Karlin.
Thank you, guys. I love doing this show because there's always like this energy that like Zach and Steven, like everyone here could just like name a lot of bands. I know like Maximum too, so it's like very impressive to me. I was considering singing the Dawson's Creek theme song as part of my set tonight, but then like things took a turn and I got a head injury, so I decided to talk about that instead. So things have been going well for me. Yesterday I went to the ER to see if I had a concussion from banging my head against a doorknob. I was picking up laundry on the ground and there was a door here and I picked it up right into the door. So while I was at the hospital, like lying on a stretcher, protecting my eyes from all light, I encountered the person I've most ever been attracted to in my entire life. This was good timing. I felt just like confident, I looked my best, I was ready to snag the guy with the sheer power of my wit. It's actually really like unusual for me to talk about like a hetero romantic encounter in my comedy. I'm like rarely attracted to human beings in general, and like even less someone in such an obvious demographic as like a white male doctor. But I didn't know until yesterday that there were doctors with both the appearance and personality of Stan from Mad Men. So here we are. Like, I didn't know that, like, a romantic option with men was, like, doctor with an alt vibe. I thought I could either have, like, a hot, clean-cut doctor, but who at dinner parties is like, you know, I think it's less important to elect women candidates than any candidate with a good history on women's issues. Or you could have, like, a broke writer who's like a narcissist but doesn't blink twice when you refer to the Western world as a white supremacist capitalist patriarchy, which is a requirement for me. But then there was this like burly doctor with a hipster beard staring deep into my eyes, like with a flashlight to see if I had a cranial bleed. And I was like, whoa. Like, seconds before he had walked in the room, I was, like, so deep in self-pity that I literally had the thought to myself, like, I don't know if that nurse understands that my brain is everything to me. As though that's, like, a unique position. Like, sorry, she doesn't get, like, I'm not one of those people who can just survive without a brain. And then as soon as he walked in, I was just like, on a second date. He was like, so would you like to describe it as like a light headache? And like, okay, to be fair, his bedside manner tactic like was flirt, so whatever. So I'm like, I don't know, like I would describe it as more like a medium strength headache. And then we like chuckled, you know? He thought it was like cute that I said medium because saying medium in an unexpected context is a flirt. If I've ever said medium to you, I was proposing marriage. Anyway, so we flirt, you know, he's trying to figure out if I have a concussion, and then like, I'm so devastated when he leaves the room to remember that I went to the hospital in like head-to-toe spandex, no bra, and like a hairstyle I would probably describe as like damp triangle. So like he probably wasn't feeling the vibe, you know? And I'm like, fuck, like, I'm like, no, doctor, like, oh, this isn't the real me. Like, you should see my most recent headshot. I wore a jewel tone. My eyes really popped. They call me an edgy comic because, like, I talk about things like the industry, okay? It's taboo. I got new headshots because I'm trying to get a commercial agent and I think I can sell the masses some dishwasher soap. But anyway, so, okay, I left the hospital without seeing him again, and I was like, okay, whatever, I guess that's just, like, the hot doctor that got away. Maybe he was married. Like, I didn't see his hand, but, like, even if he was, he probably wouldn't have been wearing his ring for, like, sanitation. Like, I have to just let this go. But then I realized today, like, I definitely had his first and last name on my discharge form. So I took it out and I went to google.com and I typed in his name in quotes and married. And wow, nothing came up. So, like, I'm like, okay, he's not married, probably at least there was no, like, New York Times wedding announcement. So then I typed in just his name, because I was like, maybe there's, like, a hospital bio. But instead I found his fucking Twitter and Facebook. So now I'm like, I actually could get in touch with him if I wanted to. Okay, audience, here's where you come in. Because I decided to share this whole tale with a room full of strangers, I thought, hey, let's get your input on my course of action next. So first I'm gonna lay out, I'd say the top 3 options. Then we're gonna do a little vote, okay? Option A, I could follow him on Twitter. Pros of this, like, you know, it's a public thing. You're supposed to follow people on Twitter. It's not super stalkery. Another pro, I'm verified on Twitter, so it makes me seem legit and less like my impromptu hospital visit made my bank account go into negative. Cons would be he has 300 followers, they're all doctors, and it would still seem super stalkery for me to follow him on Twitter. Other possible con, my Twitter feed currently is exclusively one-liners about Dawson's Creek. Okay, option B is I could write him a little note, right? We could lean into the rom-comminess of this, like, I'm a quirky 20-something in New York City who klutzily bumped her head and met, like, a hot doctor when she explicitly isn't into doctors. In the script, I would write a note. It would be out of the blue, but he would be charmed by it anyway. Pros of this, it's bold, exciting. Cons of this, super weird. Might prevent me from going to the Weill Cornell Medical Emergency Room, which is a great hospital in close proximity to my apartment. So it's dangerous. Option C, do nothing. This was just a polite doctor doing his job who I invented a fictional personality for based on his beard. Okay, now we're gonna vote. This is a vote by clap. So option A, follow him on Twitter. Clap. Okay, that's enough. I'm obviously doing that no matter what the other ones go. Okay, option B, send him a note. What? You guys are so brave. I'm gonna do it, but then I'm gonna, like, get in an emergency and not gonna be able to go to the hospital. Okay, option C, do nothing. Wow, okay, gotta act. Thank you guys.